Everything is within. Seek nothing outside of yourself. Musashi Miyamoto, one of the strongest samurai who ever lived in the history of Japan. This quote led me to a spiritual journey and a self-development journey, and then I've been on this journey for a decade now. And when I started, my dream was to manifest the business and becoming an entrepreneur and to make money from anywhere in the world and travel around the world. But even though I trained myself to have the discipline and also the good mindset, my reality wasn't really showing exactly what I wanted to create. I've tried YouTube before this channel, it didn't work very well. I tried crowdfunding and I tried online community a couple of years ago, and I even launched the clothing brand as I started with the t-shirts and everything, and it didn't work very well. I failed everything. I spent all my money, and then at the time I remember I had 6,000 euros in my bank account, and I spent all of them. I became homeless for a couple of days until, I could crash on my friend's place. But I didn't want to give up, so I needed to find an answer. And I remember that quote from Musashi Miyamoto, everything is within, and seek nothing outside of yourself. So I basically meditated 6 hours per day for 7 days straight to find the answer within. And I even did a cold shower challenge, end up becoming 365 days. I never touched hot water in that year. And I did breath work for 30 days straight, and I've tried them all. But I was missing something important, which was my mind. You see, I was born in a normal family, and we weren't really successful or wealthy in that sense. I remember that in our journey as a family, we became really broke at some point. So what was happening is that I wasn't programmed to be successful or to actually make a good amount of money. I was programmed to be broke. You see, most people fail is because they're too focused on all these marketing and strategies and actions, everything outside of themselves. Because you're either in control or out of control. But the real shift happens when you stop focusing on physical matters and start focusing on imagination. So what I mean by that is, this is my iPhone, and if this iPhone is out of my reach, then I cannot move that iPhone. I cannot change, I cannot do anything about it, I cannot touch it. And this is the reason why you need to shift your focus from physical matters to imagination, because using your imagination and using this very specific visualization technique that is going to change the code of your subconscious, and this is how you can control things are actually out of your control. So while I was trying to figure it out, and I've tried everything, and I found this very specific visualization technique, and then it clicked. It clicked because I felt like it was happening right now. I felt like I was feeling not only just like happiness, I felt so confident, and the first time in my life I was feeling worthy of the success that I wanted to manifest. So the moment that I used this specific visualization, I was making $3,000 with the coaching, as a beginning, and then it took me only 2 months to hit 10 to 20k per month, and then it was one of my dreams. And I didn't stop at 10 to 20k. My businesses grew into 50, 60k per month business from making $3,000 per month. And I also manifested TEDx speech, which was one of my dreams since I was 20 years old. And I also gained 2.6 million followers from only 1,000 followers on Instagram. Didn't know anything about social media. Welcome to the video. My name is NEMOTO. I'm a mindset coach and I'm a TEDx speaker. So in this video, what I want to teach you is how I use this very specific visualization technique to manifest everything, pretty much everything what I wanted. And also at the end of the video, I'm going to give you the free meditation audio that can go with this visualization technique. So without further ado, let's dive in. And first and foremost, this is not the occulty and nerdy woo-woo shit that I'm talking about. Your brain cannot distinguish between what's imagination and what's dream, and also what's real. Have you ever had some dreams that it felt so real? I mean, most of the nightmare feels so real, isn't it? Because I remember when I was chased down some dreams and they felt so real. This happens because you are activating the neural pathways when you're sleeping and also when you're awake. And this includes not only just the motor cortex in your brain, which is responsible for your movement, but it activates other regions of your areas of your brain, which is responsible for processing emotions or even physical sensations. Athletes use visualization techniques to enhance their performance. Conor McGregor talks about visualization technique, Michael Phelps talks about visualization techniques, Kobe Bryant talks about visualization techniques. There's a study published in the Journal of Consulting Psychology. They divided the participants into 2 groups, right? And then one group was told and instructed to do this visualization technique to achieve their goals. And the other group wasn't really taught or instructed anything about the visualization about achieving the goals. So over the course of the study, they measured both groups with how much they achieved their goals. And the result was absolutely significant, because group A, who was instructed with a visualization technique, they had way higher achievement in their goals compared to the group E, who didn't learn about visualization technique. This happens because visualization technique uses your imagination, primes your subconscious to focus on what you want and focus on things, people, ideas that comes into you that is aligned with what you want. So again, if you don't use a visualization, what's happening is that your brain randomly focusing on the things that is not really aligned with what you want, because what you're using is the prior experience and your self-limiting beliefs. So if you don't use your visualization technique to change the function and system of your brain, you keep focusing on things that is not aligned with what you really want. And now you probably understand how important using this specific visualization technique for your benefits, for your manifestation, but how can we actually use this technique and implement in our daily life? And first and foremost, the most important part is the preparation. It's not about you visualize this and this is the how to visualize. Are you aligned with what you really want? Because if you're not aligned, if you're not prepared for this visualization technique, you'll be visualizing this and that, so you're just not clear enough, nothing is aligned. And this is also one of the biggest reasons why people cannot manifest, is the disalignment. You need to be aligned with what you want, how you feel, and then who you are becoming. So I need you to make sure that you're writing things down, because if you write things down, there's a lot of magic happens in writing, and then you can see it and then you can visualize and you can organize it correctly. But if you do it in your mind, then of course there will be confusion within yourself, and then you will be disaligned. Okay, so I want to make sure that you write things down so that you're completely aligned and you understand about yourself. So the first element that you need to understand is that what you want. So what do you want? Just be unapologetic about it, and then don't hesitate to express what you want. Write it down, what you want and what you want to visualize. Okay, this is the vision, what you want. You want to experience this, you want to have, whether it's a material or whether it's a success, and make sure this is what you want. You're not trying to chase down someone else's dream, because everyone is saying Lambo is good. Everybody is saying having a huge mansion is good, so I should probably have it. Don't give a fuck about all these other people. Everyone should have what you want. Okay, I have what I want, and then you should have what you want. So the second element is, how do you feel? And this is one of the most important parts. So Neville Goddard wrote a book called Feeling is a Secret. The book talks about you have to feel as if your wish is already fulfilled in this present moment. So that's why we use this specific visualization technique, right? But most people are a little bit confused and they're not clear on this, because a lot of people are actually visualizing something, I want this and I want that, and I feel happy. Okay, cool. But is that only happiness? Because if you are happy, having everything you ever wanted, you achieved it, you manifested it, you should be proud too. You should be so confident too. You should feel like you're top of the world. But a lot of people are not clear. So it's a mixture of different feelings, right? So you cannot express exactly with the word, but you can feel that feeling. And then if you need to describe it, and then write it down right now, then it will be the mixture of different feelings. So for us to maximize this visualization technique, we need to understand how do we feel, and in a variety of ways. You're going to be a completely different person when you manifest that, because you as an individual as a whole has a completely different frequency. And me, when I was making $3,000 per month, I was completely different person. And in fact, I had a chat with my friend the other day. Well, yesterday actually, I met up with her, and then it was been a while. Like it was like 9 months later. She was traveling around the world, and then we just met yesterday, right? And then we both look at each other. Oh my god, I am a different person now. And then she was like, I'm a different person too. She looked different too, and then I looked different too, right? So like we had a lot to catch up. It's not like, oh, you seem like or you look like you're a different person. No, you are a different person. Napoleon Hill wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people knows this book too. But it says, think and then grow rich. You have to think like a rich person. You have to think and feel like you already accomplished it. if you change the way you think, if you change the way you feel, you will be taking the right action, which is aligned with what you want. Because you have to have the clear vision of this person, your future self, your best version. And this person can manifest everything you ever wanted. This person can make $1 million. This person can have 1 million subscribers. But it's slightly, or perhaps it could be quite different than who you are now. And it's just completely okay, because that's the journey. Our life journey is all about learning and going through this process of growing into the better version of ourselves. Because you see, when I started this visualization technique and then like made sure that I have a complete preparation, right? And I did exactly the same way. And what was happening was that I could feel so good, and it feels like it's actually happening. And I could believe that I can achieve this. Because I remember when I was like making $3,000, I tried to visualize, $1 million, and all these beautiful cars and Rolls Royce and everything, you know. And then it didn't feel right. It just didn't feel right. But when I found this alignment with my emotional and also spiritual and also mental realms, these different spaces were completely aligned. The 3 golden triangle was completely in a beautiful, perfect shape. And I could believe it. I believed from every cell of my body. And I could feel this is right and this is happening in a different dimension. And this is how you can manifest fast. So you see, you stop focusing on action, right? Like, because everybody else, all these business people are selling you all this how to make money, etc. and etc. And the truth is, every niche or every way has successful people. The e-com, there are a bunch of people successful. Coaching, there's a bunch of people successful. Dropshipping and or physical restaurants, and everybody, you can find so many successful people in every way. But how you're failing is because you're not aligned with what you want. The universe and God knows way better than you. The truth is, we are pretty dumb. We have a limitation in reach, right? Like I said, you can't reach things that are outside of your reach, whether it's a visual or whether it's a sensory or even your hands. You can't reach something outside of yourself. We use our imagination. This is why we use this specific visualization, and you over and then over and then over, you come back to the exact same visualization with feelings, who you're becoming, and what do you want. And this, as long as these 3 aspects is aligned within you, and then it feels like it's happening right now, it already happened in a different dimension. So as I said, most of the things are outside of our reach, right? So like you never know. We never know whether it's a YouTube that brings you a lot of clients, or it could be the Instagram. So if we are too attached to how we're gonna make it happen, we just simply don't know. Because again, it's out of our reach, right? So like what we're going to focus is to really match with the frequency of who we are becoming and the result. So this visualization technique is called celebration. When you're celebrating, your feeling is in peak, right? You're feeling so good. And then you go like, oh my God, we did it. We made it. According to the Jose Silva, if you bring several people, more than 2 people in your visualization, and then if you interact with them, it becomes a little bit more convincing for your subconscious and for your brain to think this is real. By bringing familiar faces that associate with intimacy and then like a strong connection, for example, your parents or your boyfriend, girlfriend. And what we're going to do is that we're going to give the high five or hugs, or you're going to interact with these people to celebrate. Yes, it is very simple. As a matter of fact, this technique, this bringing 2 people, is not the best part. The best part is in the preparation. I'm telling you, if you do the preparation right, you're going to feel different. And then also, using my meditation, I will promise it's going to hit different. So make sure that you write things down. So you can use the meditation on my YouTube channel. It's also free. With this said, as I promised, you can get 30 minutes free meditation. And what you need to do is go to the link in the description. It says free webinar. You get free webinar about how you can manifest higher income and influence and impact. And then you can also download the free meditation. Or if you want to have their own customized meditation with my audio, then you can actually click the link in the description of customized meditation. Then I will create the complete customized meditation just for you. It doesn't work for anyone else but you. Last but not least, but if you are an entrepreneur and making 5 to 10K a month, but feeling a little bit stuck and want to get to the next level, making 30K or 50K a month, then apply from the link in the description. And genuinely, you learned a lot from this video. And genuinely, you take this visualization technique seriously, write things down, use my audio. You can also go to my YouTube channel and then find the free meditation, different type of meditation too. And I just wanted to let you know that sometimes it can be difficult to go through this journey, running a business or taking a leap of faith and then working on yourself. But I want you to know that you're not alone and we got this together. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.